Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is SYAFIAH binti AZLI. My matric number 11802770 and I'm going to present a case related to the Official Secret Act 1972. The Official Secret Act 1972 OSA is a statute in Malaysia prohibiting the dissemination of information classified as an official secret. The Act defines an official secret as any document specified in the schedule and any information and material relating thereto, and includes any other official document, information and material as may be classified as top secret, secret, confidential or restricted, as the case may be by a minister, the Menteri Besar or Chief Minister of a state or such public officer. The schedule to the Act covers cabinet documents, record of decision and deliberation, including those of cabinet committees, as well as similar documents for state executive councils. It also includes documents concerning national security, defense and international relations. The case is, according to Straits Times, Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad admits that the Official Secret Act was previously abused but believed that the law should stay. The Official Secret Act 1972 OSA allows the government to classify any document as secret and jail those who release such information for up to 7 years. Barisan Nasional Administration Sentencing Parti Keadilan Rakyat Vice President Rafizi Ramli to 18 months jail for releasing part of the Auditor General's report on the One Nation Development Berhad 1MDB scandal. It is stated in Official Secret Act 1972, Section 2B, appointment of public officer to classify any official document. A minister, the Menteri Besar or the Chief Minister of a state may appoint any public officer by a certificate under his hand to classify any official document, information or material as top secret, secret, confidential or restricted as the case may be. Mr. Rafizi was later off on a good behaviour bond after the prosecution under the new Pakatan Harapan government did not object to his appeal against the sentence. Dr. Mahathir said the problem is not OSA but the government, and he claimed that his administration would not abuse the law. In its election manifesto, Harapan Pakatan promised to revamp the OSA with an accompanying Freedom of Information Act. According to Mr. Liu, the proposed amendments are aimed at addressing cyber and other emerging threats to state security. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURIZZAH binti LATIFF. My matric number 11802067. My case is about Alvin Tan cases. Let's check it out. Introduction: freedom of speech, assembly and associations. What is the meaning of freedom of speech? The freedom of speech is the right to express information, ideas and opinion, free government restriction based on content and subject only to reasonable limitations, as the power of the government to avoid clear endanger. Every subject, clauses 2, 3 and 4. Every citizen has the right to freedom of speech and expressions. All citizens have the right to assembly peaceably and without arms. All citizens have the right to form associations. Some fact of the cases: Alvin Tan Gigi is a Malaysia-Chinese pornographic film performer. He became famous for a blog publicizing his sexual activities with his girlfriend and later became controversial for his criticism of Islam, leading him to flee his country and seek political asylum in the United States. They took it up to notch by posting two photographs on Facebook with the comment, "Happy breaking fast with bak putih, fragrant, delicious, appetizing," adding insult to injury. The picture contained a halal logo. There was no surprise when their asinine action gained the ire of many Malaysians. It clearly poked fun at the religious belief of Muslims, and it's completely unacceptable in multi-religious society like Malaysia. Many, however, have stood up and defended Alvin's action on the basis that he is merely utilizing of freedom of expression as enshrined in Article 10 of the Federal Constitution of Malaysia, Article 19 in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights or UDHR, which Malaysia is a signatory, guarantees that everyone has the right to freedom of expression and opinion. The right includes freedom to hold opinion without interference and to seek, receive and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Section 298, 298A and 500 of the Penal Code, Defamation Act 1957, is restricting in the freedom of speech in Malaysia. Article 10, bracket 2 and Article 10, bracket 4 contain that for respect of the right of reputations of others, for respect for the protection of national security, of public order, or public health and moral, first offence to a fine not exceeding 5,000 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 years or both. For the conclusions, freedom of speech should be practiced seriously and cautiously, especially when talking about sensitive issues such as religion and racial.
Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Filzah Athirah binti HUSSIN. Today I would like to present our newspaper article. It's about a case citation between Teresa Kok and Sharhan Humaizi Abdul Halim. Okay, this newspaper article is from Malaysia Kini and it said Teresa Kok wins defamation suit, awarded 80,000 ringgit damages. Okay, we go to the fact of the case. The decision of High Court Judge Muhammad Fairuz Jafril, who allowed the defamation claims by the plaintiff Teresa Kok against the defendant Sharhan, filed on February 4, 2019. Fairuz in his judgment said the court found two articles produced by the defendant Sharhan refer to the plaintiff Teresa Kok and slander her. The articles posted on the defendant's Facebook site had the read and received feedback from the social site users. In the end, the readers would find the plaintiff as an anti-Islam person, a racist, and give negative implications on her reputation as a politician. Muhammad Fairuz Jafril also ordered the defendant to pay 10,000 ringgit in costs to the plaintiff. The judge said the court did not agree with the defense of the defendant that Teresa Kok was anti-Islam after alleging her and DAP were against Chawi writing on road signs and also gave support to a beer festival held in Kuala Lumpur. On the 80,000 ringgit compensation, Fairuz said the amount was reasonable and was not aimed at punishing the defendant, Sharhan. In the suit filed on February 4, 2019, Teresa Court alleged Sharhan as the defendant had written and uploaded an article entitled Ucapan Walbi Ustaz Khalil Benar, GAP Jangan Kurang Ajar, in his Facebook account on January 19 in the same year, which was also published by the print and social media in the country and abroad. The plaintiff claimed the defamatory words in both articles, among others, mean she was anti-Islam, racist, and abused her power as a minister, as well as unethical and cannot be trusted. Sharhan, in his statement of defense filed on March 29, 2019, alleged the first article produced by him was based on facts and reasonable political reactions against DAP, apart from claiming it did not slander the plaintiff. And he also claimed he did not produce the second article, apart from alleging the article was not related to the Teresa Court. What we can see from the communication law about this case, we can refer to the Defamation Act 1957. It was an act relating to the law of libel and slander and other malicious falsehood. For the section 4, it's about slander of women. Words spoken and published which impute unchastity or adultery to any woman or girl shall not require damage to render them actionable. For the section 5, slander affecting official, professional, or business reputation. In an action for slander in respect of words concreted to disparage the plaintiff in any office, profession, calling, trade, or business held or carried on by him at the time of the publication, it shall not be necessary to allege or prove special damage. For the defences, it was 4 things. For the first one is unintentional defamation in section 7, justification in section 8, fair comment in section 9, and the last one is absolute privileges in section 11. For example, a report of judicial proceedings.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi doctor, I hope you are doing well. My name is NORNAZATONSHIMA binti Majid. My matric number 1180269 and I am from KBA4. Today, I would like to present my newspaper article about Malaysian political cartoonist Zunar arrested under sedition law. Firstly, let me introduce what is the Sedition Act. The Sedition Act 1948, or in Malay, Akta Hasutan 1948, in Malaysia is a law prohibiting discourse deemed as seditious. The Act was originally enacted by the colonial authorities of British Malaya in 1948. The Sedition Act is about any act, speech, words, or publication are seditious if they have a tendency towards any of the following. Firstly, to bring into hatred or contempt, or to exercise disaffection against any rule or government. Second, to excite subject, to seek alteration other than by lawful means any matter by law established. Third, to bring into hatred the administration of justice in country. Fourth, to raise discontent or disaffection among the subject. Fifth, to promote ill will and hostility between races or classes. And sixth, to question the provision dealing with language, citizenship, and privilege of the Malay and native of Sabah and Sarawak, and the sovereignty of the rules. Next, fact of the case. So, I choose the case Malaysian political cartoonist Sunar arrested under sedition law. Zulkifli Anwar ul Haq or Zunar was arrested on Saturday under the country's Sedition Act for cartoon the allegedly insulted Prime Minister Najib Razak. Bernama reported that Zunar would be held for a day to facilitate the investigation. Other than Sedition Act, Zunar will also be probed under Penal Code for humiliating a person with intention. The arrest comes a day after some members of the ruling UMNO disrupted Zunar exhibition at Justan Literary Festival. They asked for the show to be cancelled because they saying that the cartoonist material have sedition. Before this, Zunar was already facing 9 sedition charges, and he also been banned from leaving the country. Prime Minister Najib Razak caught in the middle of a corruption scandal, so he using the Colonial Era Sedition Act to arrest government critics, jail opposition leaders, and stifle free speech by suspending media group and blog. On Friday, an appeals court ruled that the section of the Sedition Act which removed the requirement for the prosecution to prove the intention of a person charged with sedition as unconstitutional. Najib has faced criticism since the Wall Street Journal reported last year that around 7,000 million from State Fund 1 Malaysian Development Berhad or 1MDB was diverted into the personal account of the Prime Minister. Lawsuit filed by the U.S. Justice Department in July allegedly that more than 3.5 billion was stolen from 1MDB. Next, provision of the case, Section 4(1)(a) of the Sedition Act 1948 specifies that anyone who does or attempts to do or makes any preparation to do or conspire with any person to do an act with seditious tendency, such as uttering seditious word or printing or publishing or importing seditious literature. For first offence, to a fine not exceeding Rm 5,000 or to imprison for a term not exceeding 3 years or both. Next, Section 2 of the Sedition Act 1948 interpretation define that publication includes all written or printed matter and everything whether of a nature similar to written or printed matter or not containing any visible representation or by its form, shape or in copy and reproduction or substantial reproduction of any publication. Next, Section 3(1)(c) of the Sedition Act 1948 is about seditious tendency, which is to bring into hatred or contempt or to excite disaffection against the administration of justice in Malaysia or in any. Lastly, the conclusion. The Sedition Act seeks to limit and control freedom of expression far beyond what is permissible under international law. The Sedition Act must be given a narrow interpretation having regard to the particular rights at issue, namely freedom of speech and expression and liberty for the person, and the purpose of the restriction. The purpose of restriction speech under the Sedition Act is protection of national security. Thank you.